I've been coaching for over a decade in different capacities, but it's only been 1 year since I officially launched my own life coaching business. So what have I learned? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Leslie, and I am a full-time life coach based here in Brisbane, Australia. Now, owning a business has been the most challenging thing I've ever done, aside from being a parent. And tomorrow is actually a pretty special day because tomorrow marks the first anniversary of the official launch of my business, Leslie V Coaching. And I'll tell you what, I have learned a lot over the past year about things like the kinds of sacrifices that it takes to get a business off the ground and the impacts that these things can have on personal relationships. So here are the top 5 lessons that I've learned about myself in my first year as a business owner. Number 1, getting a business off the ground requires a lot of physical stamina. This was a big surprise for me, because there are only so many hours in a day, and if I'm running around having meetings, giving talks, attending networking events, coaching my clients, or doing general business development with any time I can squeeze out of the day, that becomes a heck of a lot harder if I haven't had decent sleep or if I haven't been exercising or eating properly. I also have a husband and a 3-year-old daughter, a very energetic one. So I don't have the luxury of napping all weekend after crushing it all week. So I need to be really mindful about taking care of myself in order to have the energy I need to run my business and be a functional, contributing member of my family. Number 2, some people doubt me as a business person. Some people will ask about my business in a very positive way, like, how is business? How's the coaching game treating you? And I'll answer them very directly. I'll say, yeah, it's been great. There are a lot of challenges, but overall, I've really been enjoying working with my clients and having control over what I get to do as a career. But I also get people who will ask me kind of like this. So, how's the business going? And I get it. There are a lot of ambiguous statistics floating around out there about the percentage of businesses that fail in the first year or two, but that way of asking isn't exactly dripping with confidence. Imagine asking other questions that way, totally out of context, like, so how's married life? Or, what did you do this weekend? It leads one to assume they're expecting bad news in return. So when people ask me about my business that way, I just take a breath and just tell them how it's going. But it's also nice to see that initial doubt turn into relief and even pride. It also invites a lot of good questions about what life coaching involves, and it helps to clear up some misconceptions as well. So that's a pretty positive outcome. Number 3, it's important to continue to populate my social circle with other business owners. Why? Because it's almost impossible for someone who hasn't run a business to understand the challenges of running a business. I need to spend time with people who get me, the ones who will truly appreciate the entrepreneurial Leslie. There are many aspects of my personality that I share very generously with other friends and family members, but I'm not going to force feed them my insights around USPs and SEO and ROI. But these are things that I'm really interested in, and I want to talk to people about them. I want to engage with people who are also passionate about goal achievement and business relationship building. And as a result of all of the focus I've put in to find my people, I have made some amazing friends, and I've really gotten to know who I want to collaborate with on projects or develop partnerships with. And having that level of clarity has really helped 2020 get off to a really good start in terms of my business. Number 3. I've had to cut through a lot of noise in order to find the hidden gems in the personal and business development spheres. Sometimes it seems like every other business guru or life guru out there has some secret to unlimited success and happiness. And if you give them enough of your time and or money, they'll tell you the one thing that no one else knows, that no one else will tell you because they don't know. I'd love to get all of these people in the same room one day and ask them, have you all met each other? Have you compared notes and through that process discovered that you are undeniably that one person with the key to enlightenment? Not likely. And that is one reason I always caution people who are seeking some sort of clarity or direction to stay away from anyone who claims to have all of the answers. That means that they're probably not interested in your context or the real challenges you face and any challenges you've already overcome. And they're proposing starting this coaching relationship by placing themselves in a position where you need to be dependent on them. And that's not healthy. In fact, it's kind of predatory. When it comes to a good, healthy coaching relationship, to really simplify what that means is to say that good coaches do not give you answers, we give you questions. We don't instruct, we listen and we communicate. This last thing that I've learned about myself over the past year has been really challenging to deal with. And that is number 5. My critical thinking radar has been in overdrive. There's such a culture of fake it till you make it in business, especially in the coaching industry. And it can be exhausting constantly being put in a position where I don't really know who to trust. And here's just one of many examples where I've had to deal with this. At an event I attended a while back, I had a self-proclaimed business guru say to me, "You know, a lot of people don't believe that I cleared $5 million last year, but do the math. If I'm making over $40,000 a month for 12 months, what does that add up to? So I know what I'm talking about." I just found that really insulting to my intelligence because he had worded his statement in such a way that he wasn't technically lying because he didn't specifically claim to have made $5 million, but he thought he could trick me into believing he had so that I would sign onto his very expensive training program. One reason I was already on high alert over this guy was because some of this $5 million supposedly came from sales from his book, which was an international bestseller. So, the queen of the deep dive here did some research into this. I thought, how is it possible that every author I've met at this event has an international bestseller, but I've never heard of any of them? Well, turns out it's really easy to publish a bestseller while barely selling any books. How? By manipulating Amazon book category rankings and by publishing through vanity presses that will essentially seek out or invent a new category just for your book, so that technically it's a bestseller, even if you only sell 1 or 2 copies. But the only reason someone would do that is for fake credibility. And that's not cool. So I feel like I'm always on the lookout for this kind of BS. And it has really helped me avoid falling into any of these traps myself, traps designed to prey on the vulnerabilities of new entrepreneurs. The whole fake it till you make it thing does not work on me, and I am not interested in buying into that game at all. So, critical thinking skills. It was actually really tricky choosing my top 5 lessons, what have you, from the past year, because there have been a lot of challenges I've had to overcome. But I am so happy to say that in spite of these challenges, it has been a fantastic year. I've worked with a lot of great clients, I've met hundreds of new people, I've made lots of new friends, and that has made all of the challenges so worth it. I did have 2 or so really dark weeks about 6 months ago where I really felt like I was losing myself. But after I got help to crawl out of that hole and then committed to focusing more on my self-care, the rest of the year was just beautiful. So, let's make something beautiful together. If you are navigating a major life change or just want to live a more fulfilling life, get in touch. Go to my website, leslievcoaching.com, and you can book in a free consultation with me, online or in person at my lovely makeover studio. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you know exactly when I've put up a new video. And of course, follow me on my socials. Now, I'm going to start walking home for a very late lunch before yet another evening of business networking. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time.